This conference will now be recorded.
Can you guys see my screen?
No, sir, nothing. We don't see. The screen is not
No.
being shared.
Yeah, now we can able to see.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Okay, when we were talking about cloning part, right? We had some idea of what the stream is, right? We're going to take a deep dive and then see more details about the stream syntax. So when you are trying to have a continuous data loading, like every 15 minutes, every half an hour, you're going to get the data into Snowflake, right? We normally get it to Snowpipe. So Snowpipe is another topic. We'll discuss it later. The other thing is, right, we have something called slowly changing dimensions, a series. So streams are nothing but a change data capture, CDC things. So whenever some changes happen to your data, it will you can capture it. You have the mechanism of trying to identify what has been changed and all this stuff. Okay. So all DMLs are tracked. Okay. So you can query the stream. So you can create a stream on a table, like as if you are creating a table on a table. Create or replace stream name on table. That's it. And you can query the stream table as if you are querying a table. Query. So stream is nothing but a table representation of what the CDC is. Okay. Normally this can be achieved in other databases using a trigger mechanism. Here we don't have triggers, we do have streams. Okay. And there's something called tasks. Tasks are nothing but a recurring mechanism of job scheduling. Probably you can schedule your jobs in Snowflake, and tasks can call only one single DML statement or a procedure. If you have multiple statements to be called, you have to write it in the procedure. So task is nothing but you schedule something in Snowflake. It's like a scheduler inside Snowflake. Okay, you can combine the tasks and streams and make things work. Let's see how that can be done. First, we're going to talk about tasks. Sorry, about streams, and then we'll get onto the tasks. Okay. Let's give me 2 minutes. I'll just get some water because I'm just getting thirsty. Or something. In 1 minute.
How about now, guys? Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's clear.
guys. Oh, cool then. Yeah. So coming back to this, right? So we were talking about streams and tasks. So CDC, whenever they talk about CDC, right? They talk about SCDs. SCDs slowly changing dimensions. And this particular slide I have given you for your interview purposes. So people ask what kind of SCDs are there, and there are 6 of them. And then so they'll ask what is 4, what is 2, which one you have have worked on. Those kind of questions you might get into. That is the reason I added one particular slide called what is SCD. This is part of data modeling, not for Snowflake, but people tend to ask you, so I have included here. SCD is slowly changing dimension. So there are 6 of them. 0 means no, so the table is not getting changed. Dimension is nothing but the table that you have, and it's not getting changed. Type 1, no history. That means you have data. Whenever you get some data, you update the current record. If there is salary, you just increase the salary by 10%, then you just update the current record. And then row versioning, that is type 2. That means you, whenever there is an update, instead of doing an update, you insert a record and update that record as a current flag. So you keep on adding records. You will have the history in the same table. That is type 2. Having no row versioning. That is, you keep on multiple sets of data in the same table, and you version the row and tell that this is the current. And a lot of people follow this type 2 model. Okay. Type 3, previous value column. Type 3 means in the same table you will have previous value and current value. When you update something, right? Then the or that becomes the insert, and then the current value will be moved into previous value, and you'll have a new value for the current value. Okay, that is type 3. Type 4, history table. History means show current values in the dimension table but track all changes. So you will have a separate table for tracking your changes. If a particular record is modified, you just insert the current record into a history table and then modify this. Okay. And type 6 is hybrid. It's a combination of 1 and 2 and 3. So normally people ask you which kind of yes, oh, sorry. Somebody is knocking on my door. Hold on 1 second, please. Sorry guys, my daughter was knocking to give me some coffee, so that was the thing. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. And then these are the 6 things normally people ask you in your interview. This has nothing to do with Snowflake. This is a data modeling part of it. And then if you are interested, I'll give you some. There are about 10 to 12 or 15 topics that they normally ask you, and you cannot say that I don't know, because when you get into data warehousing, you are supposed to know this. So I'll send you those 10 to 12 topics, and then that would really help you out in your interviews. Okay. And then coming back to the streams. Okay. If you can look at this picture, right? This is your, let me run this. Okay. So this is your external stages. You have your internal stages. The internal state, the blue box is inside Snowflake, and you can have a snow pipe getting data, or you can have an internal stages using snow pipe, and you can push your data into staging table, and from the staging table you can have stream and a task and a staging table, and then push it into a target table. Are you able to follow me? So normally you can have some data that is coming from outside into your staging table or internal stage first, or you can get some data from your external stage. And if you want to bring it into Snowflake, automatically you can create a pipe and it can bring it to you, or you can manually push your data into internal stage, push your data into external stage. From there, it automatically pushes into, you can push it into your staging table, right? Guys, are you able to follow me?
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay. So this is the picture. Normally what we do, right? We might not use, people use snow pipe, or if you don't have any snow pipe, right? You can get your data, and you know that you get it into internal stage and put it into staging table. You get it directly from your external stage to the staging table. On the staging table, you can write a stream, and then you can collaborate with the task to automate the data pushing into your target table. So normally in a real world scenario, right, we don't employ much of a stream on a staging table. Staging table is an incremental data that comes in. Once you get your data into your target table, from target table to somewhere else, some to your dimensions, to your fact tables, or to your reporting tables, that's where we employ normally a stream. Okay, let's see some use cases as well. So you can create a stream on a table. You can create multiple streams on a table. Okay, how is the stream consumed? Whenever you use the stream in any of the DML activity, that means you use the stream name and get the data, insert, update, delete, do anything. Even you write a view on top of a stream and use that view also, so that particular data gets consumed. Okay, so that is pretty much. Let's see some action. Okay, so what is a stream? So we have seen the time travel, right? And then what happens if I want to get my data at 10 o'clock? Now the time is 12 o'clock. And if I want to get my data at 10 o'clock, what should I do? I just want to see the table at 10 o'clock. Guys, you have to speak to me, please.
You can clone the table going back some 1 hour or based on timings, or picking up that particular query ID.
Hello, Shekhar.
Guys, can you hear me now?
Yeah, now it's clear. We can able to hear you, Shekhar.
Oh my god, I was talking on mute for a long time and then somebody pinged me. I realized that you guys are not able to hear me. Okay, anyway. So let me come back. Where were I? What was the last statement I was talking to you? Let's talk about streams. Streams means is nothing but a snapshot of the source data by initializing a point in time at the current transaction version of the table. That means when you create a stream and then you query the stream from that particular point of time when you created the stream. For example, you created a stream at 10 o'clock and you queried the table at 10:12 stream table. From 10 o'clock, whatever the delta changes that happen on the base table are tracked and shown to you at 10:12. So how does this work in the background behind the curtain? This uses time travel concept. So the moment you create, it makes a snapshot. It takes a copy of the time, and whenever you query the stream, right, what it does is, right, it goes and queries, select start from base table, offset, and it calculates the offset between the time of your query and the last stream that has been synced or when the stream was created. Are you able to follow me? Yes or no?
Yeah, yes, Shekhar. Yeah.
So it works on time. So there is no data that is saved in a stream. The delta is not saved in a stream. It takes a copy of it. So I'm telling you hypothetically, guys, but the data is not saved. How it works behind the curtain is, right, it goes the moment you create, you can there is a function that you can query and see the snapshot of that particular time. When was it last stream was consumed or when the stream was created. Okay, from that particular point of time, it goes back and identify the offset. For example, 10 o'clock you created a stream, you're querying the stream at 10:12. Then it says it would have already, so 10:12 means Snowflake should know that it's 10:12. From 10:12 to 10 o'clock it identifies, sorry, 10:02, I'm sorry, 10:02 basically. So that means 120 seconds. Select start from base table at offset minus 120 seconds, and then it has a way of showing you differently whether it's a deleted or update or all this stuff. So but basically this is what it happens behind the curtain. Understood? Okay, so what is a table versioning? So normally each table will have a version. We thought about each table will have a version, and each version is associated to a file in S3 buckets, and the file is also versioned. So whatever I talked about, right, whenever you do multiple DML statements, if the stream is not consumed, you will have all the data in the stream. If the stream is consumed, and then the offset is reset to that particular time. So when you consume the stream at 10, so you created stream at 10 o'clock and the offset is nothing, and whenever you query, it identifies the offset and then subtracts and gets the and does the time travel thing. Okay, and then when you consume it at 10 o'clock, use this in a DML activity to insert, update, delete and any of the tables. Then what happens automatically, the offset is reset. It moves into a new, whenever you reset, that particular time will become the new offset time. That means the timing from which it has to query from the base table. Are we clear? So repeatable read isolation. This means that, right, whenever you are in the middle of a transaction, the data doesn't get changed in the stream unless until you commit it. Middle of a transaction means you write the Snowflake SQL statement inside a begin Snowflake statement and commit. So if you write your SQL statements, if you modify the base table in the SQL statement between the begin and commit, right? Whomever is trying to query, this update statement won't be seen to them. Only the previous, before the begin, whatever the status of the stream, that will be seen, that will be shown to everybody. Are we clear?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want me to repeat this or shall I proceed further? Repeatable read isolation means whenever you are trying to update the base table, what happens? The stream gets modified. So you have written begin, update the base table. The stream gets modified, and then update another column in the base table. The stream data gets modified. And if somebody is trying to query the stream, they will see the old values until your begin and then updations happen, right? Before that, whatever the state of the stream, that will be shown to them. When you commit, then the latest those records get committed automatically. Are we clear?
Okay.
Only that particular transaction will have the data of the updated table, but the stream still shows the old data. Okay. So this is what the same read committed mode. I'll show you an example how things work with this isolation levels read committed mode. We'll see that in action. And then this is the function that I was talking about, right? System dollar stream get table timestamp. This is the name of the function that gives you the offset of the particular stream. Okay, select system dollar, sorry, stream get table timestamp. That is the name of the parameter that gives you what when was your stream got synced up, or it were created, gives you the offset timestamp of that particular thing. Okay, are we clear? So you can write only one single statement inside a stream, and whenever you write begin and between, right, the table the stream is locked. That means the data is not propagated to anybody, and then for you also it should be part of the same session. If not, you have to commit that after coming out. Okay, and we have three columns that are part of a stream. That means whenever you create a stream on a table, then it automatically, when you query the stream table, right, it shows you three more columns: metadata action, metadata is update, metadata row id. Okay, action means we'll talk, I'll show you some pictures of it, you can easily update understand that. And then data retention period and staleness. If a stream is created on a table, the data retention period is 24 days. Okay, automatically the table data retention period becomes 24 days. So whenever you store this data for 14 days, right, you will have additional storage charges that you will be paying. So whenever you have this particular stream on a table, you'll have 14 days of more storage, and you have to pay more for that storage. That is another important thing. Okay. So if you look at this diagram, right? So we have inserted we have created a table called table 1 or something, and we have two columns in it, column 1, column 2, and you have inserted apple and the quantity. Okay, and then later you inserted two more records and updated the apple. So when you had only one record apple, right, when you created this particular record in the table, and the stream So because you are pushing this data into base table, automatically because of the CDC change at the capture, right? The stream also gets the data, and almost it's real time. There won't be any lag. There might be lag, depends upon how you have coded it. Okay. So this is the stream table, this is the base table. Column 1, Apple 5. Stream table, you will have Apple 5. What is the action of that particular delta? It's an insert. Okay. Is it update? No, it's not part of an update. So we'll talk about easy update. Okay. And then there is another column called row ID. Okay. This row ID is important. I'll tell you later. This has nothing to do with row ID for a table. This is only for stream. Okay. So next, what happened? We have inserted 2 more records, and we modified the apple to the quantity to from 5 to 9. So what happens? It goes and then it deletes again after so apple, and then it adds it again. Okay. So this is pretty much when you update. So here, if you look at this, right, when you update this apple, the insert and delete are part of a update, though it says metadata is update is equal to false. Because it is not a pure sorry, it's not a pure insert, right? Whenever you do update, it deletes the old record, inserts the new record. That's what happens in Snowflake. Okay, this is pretty. When you delete, it's a soft delete, sorry, pure delete. So the update will be null or false. Is updated false, and then it creates. Are you clear, guys? This is similar, another view of it. Okay. So what is the stream? DDL, create stream, alter stream, drop stream, describe stream, shared streams. So system dollar beams, sorry, system dollar stream has data. This is another function which tells you whether your stream has data or not. That means you have at 10 o'clock, from 10 to 12, there was no update on a table or insert in a table. What happens? This is what system we can, whenever we are trying to run the task, we can use this function and combine. If the stream has data, then execute this. If not, don't even execute it. Got it? Yes, the class is very, very silent today. So how many of you already joined Snowflake? Oh, sorry, how many of you are working on Snowflake? Hmm? Yes, talk to me. Talk to me. How many are working in Snowflake? Or did we get it offer?
No, sir.
No,
I guess
Shekhar.
trying to get off, not got any offer.
Hmm. Somebody else was speaking. Somebody else was speaking. So coming back, right? This is a script. Create a request stream, copy grants, comment on table, add before. This is right. If you are trying to clone and then create table, right? Create a stream. From that particular time onwards, it gives you the
Whenever, so what do you mean to say? You can create a stream at a previous point of
sorry, yes. So you can build a stream at a previous previous snapshot. That means previous point of time. From there onwards, it gets all the data for you for the first time, and then later incremental part of it. Okay, guys, any clue what I'm talking and you're able to follow or not?
Yes,
Yes, Shekhar,
follow.
we are able to hear you and we can follow that one.
Okay, cool. So let's do some action as well. So
Yeah.
this is what time travel with. So this is, you can also do it. Right? I have given some examples. So I'm creating a stream on table so and so at a particular timestamp at a particular 5 minutes before earlier or before a statement. You can do this while we are cloning. We have seen this, right? So if you want to stream, create clone a stream, you can clone a stream or at the current data set, or you can go back to whatever timestamp you want and you can clone a stream. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much about streams. Let's do some action and see what's going on. Okay. Then we can get into tasks.
Yeah. Mm, This is another example that I was trying to solve for one of the previous batch guys who joined in the company. So in this SQL, what he wants is, right, he was a running total of that particular month. That means if the current month is March, so now it's May, right? He want to get until May, the rolling average. So if his date is January, he has to get only one. February, January and February total. March, these three total. So it has to keep on going based on the month. What month is it, and then try to do that. So this is plainly a SQL, and I know you guys are all masters in SQL. I don't need to tell you guys how to resolve this, but this I'm just telling you use. Okay, for that. So I have some stream exercises. Let's go and get the stream exercises. Okay. Okay. So this is the stream. I have a table called nation stage, and from nation stage, I have to sync up to a table for nation. Okay. So I have to capture all the DML activity, whether insert, update, delete, whatever it is happening to the base table, I have to capture them. How do we do that? Okay. So this is the table, nation underscore stage, which have these columns. And nation is the target table. In the target table, we normally have one more column called is deleted, whether the record is deleted or not. In a data warehousing environments, we don't hard delete, that means physically delete that record. Keep it for historical purposes. And then let's, can you mute yourself, please, if you are not talking? I have some problem with my headset, so it keeps on disconnecting. I am having a problem with it. So
Guys, can you hear me now?
Yes, Shekhar, yeah, we can able to hear you.
Yeah, guys, you have to bear with me for today. My release date is tomorrow. That means I'll be out of my isolation tomorrow from this room. I'll have all access to my headsets, the other laptops, and everything. So you won't get into this kind of frustration. Sorry about that. And I have to tell you, a person who was part of the DVS team, he was 3 batches before, I think. And then its background is web development. Okay. And then he was working on PHP and all this stuff. And before joining this program, right, he called me a couple of times. He had he made a call with Sindhu and made me speak to him as well, because he was very skeptical because PHP to Snowflake, what it is and all this stuff. And
It's a
then
quite opposite.
yeah, so and then he did not venture into Snowflake trying for a job. He called me yesterday, and then I'm surprised to see. And then later, after some time, he figured out he wants to get into Snowflake, and then he reached out to me for resumes as well. I did not give him the resume. I think I was very busy at the time, or did I send him the resume? I don't know. Yesterday, he got 3 offers. His PHP development salary was 7 lakhs. Snowflake salary was, can you guys guess how much would that be?
It would be like coming to 15 to 16. That am I correct?
Yeah. Yes, he got an offer for 18.9 lakhs. all the way from 7 to 18.9. And the companies, right? There are three companies. One of them was a good pharmaceutical company. The other two are consulting companies. I told them not to join the other two and then pick this one. And then he accepted the offer. He was very, very happy. He was thanking me like hell. And then he couldn't believe himself. I told him this is not an issue. Right now, the market is very good. You try it out, you'll definitely crack it down. After finishing of your course, right? I can challenge you after third interview, from fourth interview onwards, you will have 90% probability of getting a job. The reason is, right? First interview, you falter in a big way. And if you take that as a positive and then try to cover your gaps, right? Second interview, you might do well. Little fair. Third interview, you will be able to answer at least 60%. You can keep the ball rolling. You can talk to them for almost 1 hour. Fourth interview, you are going to crack. Okay.
One more thing, Shekhar. This is Anjanalu.
Mm-hmm.
So I got an offer like related to big data technologies.
Very good. Mm-hmm.
So recently, but I have added that Snowflake in that profile.
Okay.
So that is an advantage for clearing the interview. That is very helpful. If
So
something
are they migrating into Snowflake by any chance?
I'm not sure that in the project level, but at least they are understanding this guy. At least he knows that something cloud part.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
That
Yes.
is the
Yes.
way they are thinking.
Yes. So now you guys are talking. Initially, when I was talking, you guys are very quiet. Now you are talking. I just wanted to make sure you guys can talk to me. That is the reason I just went off
I
this.
think they updated the profile and completely on Snowflake. Earlier, like, I was in the like 3 years on the data warehousing background and 3 years on the big data.
Okay.
Totally seven and a half years I have tried. They have given a good package. That was I got the offer from one is for Accenture, another one is from Brilliant. Two offers I got.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
I
Congratulations,
have requested
Anjali.
for Brilliant technology. I was
Yeah.
accepted Accenture.
Cool. Very good. Very good.
If any chance, like in getting a chance to work on Snowflake, that's what they
Yeah.
will give the
Yeah.
offer.
Yeah.
Thanks
Sure.
to
Definitely. Definitely. Cool. Very good.
that
So,
intent. Like
yeah.
we can switch to any technology, either Snowflake or big data.
Yeah. 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 You have the option right now. So the
Yeah.
market for Snowflake is very, very good right now. Have around 2.5 to 3 years of experience on Snowflake, and then you should be good. Okay. Now coming back to the streams, right? We have an
Yep.
X-ray that we're
Market
trying
is
to
good,
do.
Shekhar sir, but the thing is,
Hmm. What the thing? Tell me the thing. I want to hear the thing.
the 90
Go
days
ahead.
of notice is quite not accepting. People are, uh,
Okay. There is a way to beat around that. You tell
what?
them, boss, I'm done with my project. I don't have any work to do here. I'm simply sitting. Given a chance, I can start work from tomorrow. If you're okay, I can work from tomorrow itself. I have already given a notice. I'm serving a notice period, and that is for 3 months. That is the reason I'm telling you. 3 months I can completely dedicate to you. You'll be getting 2 salaries for 3 months if you can convince them. And this thing works out pretty much not in the high end companies. So there are some companies like insurance companies or companies, they're very rigid with the policy that you have to be out of the project, the company, and then join this company. If you are running into those kind of so there are a lot many companies who are ready to take you. They want you like yesterday if you are good. 3 months should not be a matter. You talk them, tell them, boss, this is what it is. I don't have a project. There is nothing in the project. I'm just sitting idle, and because of the pandemic, I'm sitting at home doing nothing at all. And then, given a chance, I can start from tomorrow. then
Okay.
they will listen to you.
Yeah, I had such opportunity, but the thing is, it was on into contract. I just don't want to be in contract.
No, you have to start. Yeah, at least somebody has given you offer, right? Slowly, if you keep on speaking with somebody, right, then definitely you'll get an opportunity.
Okay, sure, sir.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, and there is a buyout option, right? Look at your offer letter. If they offer you a buyout, right, you can pay the salary back, and these guys are ready to pay you the buyout as well.
Yeah, yes, sir. That is there. That is, yeah.
If you have that option in your offer letter, then go ahead, choose that.
Sure, sir. We'll work on that different strategies.
Yeah. You have to talk to them, convince them, they'll listen to you.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. So coming back to the stream, right? So now I have a table called nation. This is my target table. This is my staging table. Okay. From staging table, I'm pushing it to my target table. And whenever we delete, we don't delete any data in data warehouse. We just mark it as deleted. That is called soft delete. Is deleted? Yes or no. You even if it's a delete, you go and then update this record as Y. Then that's a delete. Okay. So these are the things. And now I'm gonna create a replace stage, create a replace nation. I have created two tables. I'm going to create a stream, create a replace stream, nation stream on table nation stage. Okay. Unexpected. Can you? Sorry. Okay. And then select star from nation. There is nothing in here. Select star from nation stage. Do you have anything here? Nothing. Stream, nothing. Okay. Now I'm gonna do some update. Okay. So whenever you are doing a batch mode, right? Here I have used one single variable for populating all the timestamps. That means whenever so for example, if you're trying to load a batch, there are a couple of ways of identifying your batch. One is having the batch ID. Even though you have the batch ID, right? Normally what people do, right? They tend to make the creation date of the same timestamp. And if you create a table with timestamp and when you insert the data one after another, what happens, the nanoseconds will change. If I go and insert this particular record, right? Insert it. I'm just running the first one. I'm inserting Algeria into the nation stage table. Okay. I'm setting an update timestamp, getting the current timestamp, and NTZ means no time zone. There are three time formats that you can get it: a time format with a time zone, time format with a local time zone. That means your account might be in California, but you are working from APAC, Mumbai, and when you insert the data, right, then you can get the local time and also insert the data. That is called local time zone. And the other one is right time zone. You store the data with time zone basically. Okay. So this is an NTZ. No time zone means it's a wall clock kind of thing. It just gives you the minutes select. I'll just get this and show you. Current timestamp. So sometimes, can you see there are two cursors moving? Can you see? Set update timestamp. There are two cursors moving, and if you type right, you'll see in two places. This is a bug in Snowflake. You have to click on escape, and then you will get it. Sometimes it happens. See, this is a wall clock. Timestamp with time say. So if you keep on inserting this, right, this nanosecond 487, it keeps on changing, because whenever you insert the row, it goes and even though it might be in the same second, but the nanosecond changes, or the millisecond, sorry. The millisecond is how many milliseconds make 1 second? Guys, any clue? How many milligrams make 1 kg?
1000.
Yeah, milliseconds to second is 1000. Okay, so the millisecond gets changed all the time. So I don't want that millisecond. I just want one timestamp to identify my batch in the stage table or something, right? In those scenarios, we use one particular timestamp, get it into variable, and use that variable everywhere so that it has the same timestamp. The millisecond won't change, right? Because you're trying to get the data into a variable and then you are running it. Let's hold on 1 second. I'm getting important. So I'm getting this timestamp NTZ. So you have seen this timestamp, right? No, it's a wall clock. It has milliseconds. And if you say TZ, time zone, it gives the time zone hyphen sound. This is the my account time zone is in California time zone, the San Mateo, wherever the Snowflake headquarters is, right? By default, whenever you create an account, and the default time zone will be pointed to West Coast, US West Coast time zone. Okay, so and LTZ also the same thing, but I have to go and change and tell that my LTZ is so and so, then you will have the APAC Mumbai one. When we talk about dates, we'll talk about it. Okay, until then, hold on. NTZ, and then now I'm inserting one record into my nation stage table. Update timestamp does not exist. I did now. See one record. So if I go and query my nation stage, right? How many records will I be? Nation stage, I have one record, Algeria, and then if I go and click it, check the stream, right? I'll have my stream. Okay. So Algeria, the stream has Algeria, and we talked about 3 columns, extra columns, right? Metadata action, metadata is update, metadata is metadata row ID. So this is an insert. Insert, you'll see insert, and is this record part of an update? No. So false. And then the row ID. Okay. So and if I can sync this data, when how does this data gets consumed? If I use this data in any DML table, like an insert or update or delete action, using you can use in an insert, you can use it in update, you can use it in a delete, or you can use it in a merge. Now I'm trying to merge this record to the target table. Okay, so this is my merge statement. Okay, merge into nation. This is my target table using nation stream, because the data delta is in the stream, and the condition keyword is nation key, nation key, nation. That so because you have to identify if the record exists, then you have to update it. If the record doesn't exist, you have to insert it. Okay, if the record is deleted, you have to delete it. But here we don't delete it, we do a soft delete. Instead of delete from the final table, we update the same record with is deleted flag is equal to y. So we'll see that. So when I run this, right, when match, that means if the record exists already and action is equal to insert, because if the action is insert and update is true, that means whenever you update, old record is deleted and the new records are inserted, and the metadata action is insert, and then metadata, and then you have, I don't need to bother about with delete old records, let it be gone. I just want to update the new records only, right? The records that got updated, new values I am bothered about, not the old values. Okay, so I use this and then run this. So here when not matched, we don't have a condition, and then you'll see number of records inserted 0, number of rows updated 0. The inserted one rows. Okay, let's go and then look at the nation stage table. Nations table, you can have one record now. Okay, are we clear? Now I'm gonna insert one more record. Where is this? So I'm gonna insert Argentina. Okay, and select star from nation stage. What is happening, guys? So I have Argentina, some gibberish in the comments and so. So in the nation stream, I have Argentina. So now I have inserted. Okay, and then I'm gonna update my table. Okay, update nation, set comment is equal to, I'll just say name, n underscore name, where nation key is equal to 0. 0 is for Algeria. So I'm updating an Algeria record in this nation stage. Where is this? What are we doing the right thing? Okay, this is the first insert statement. So I'm gonna update the table nation stage. Update nation underscore stage, set n comment is equal to n name, where nation key. So I'm just putting the comment which is gibberish to the same name of the country here. Okay, and let's go and then look at the nation stream and all this stuff. Algeria, and then select star from nation stage. I have Algeria, and then see the comment is Algeria now. And nation stream, how many records are there now for Algeria? How many records are there? I have two records. One is deleted, the other one is inserted. And how do you identify delete, insert? True, true. If it's part of an update, you will have this flag as true. If it's part of pure insert, the delete, this action is update flag will be false. If it's a pure delete, it will have is update flag is equal to false. Clear? So you'll have two records here, Algeria with two records. And I'm gonna run this merge statement. Okay. So select star from nation stream. The data is consumed, so no data in the stream. Select star from nation. See, you'll have Algeria, Argentina, and some old gibberish the same way. We just handled only one record here. Okay. So now I'm gonna insert one more record. So this time it's Brazil. Okay. Select star from nation stage. It is Brazil, right? Okay. And now I'm gonna update Brazil with the keys too. Update comment with Brazil. So update nation stage for the comment where is equal to 2. So what will we see in the stream table? Guys, are you able to follow me?
Yeah, we can see two records. We can see two records. One is with the latest version as a update as a true, and the
Is this
previous one is a false.
okay? That's good. But when we inserted the Brazil record, is the Brazil record synced to the target table yet?
No.
Then so that's what it is. So when you are trying to update a record or insert, if the record is not synced up to the target table, whatever the changes that you have, so it doesn't keep a history of changes. And if even if it's update, it keeps the latest record. If we go and look at the history table, right? Let's go to the history table. Sorry, let's go to the stream table. It will have Brazil with the latest comment. If the record is not synced up, whatever the changes that you do it on the record, it will still be an insert. Reason? If you delete it, this record is gone. You won't have this record. Brazil, right? I'm gonna go and delete the record Brazil. Okay, hold on one second. Delete from so what happens? See, do you have any data here? If the record is not deleted and stream tries to maintain as if whatever the record is there in the stage, it will reflect the same record in the stream. If you update, it gets the latest value. If you insert, it just gets a new record into the stream table. Updation, how it happens? The moment you keep on updating, if the record is not synced to the target table, then it keeps on updating the same record and still will be in insert position because it's not synced up yet. Whenever it syncs up, it should sync up the latest data set of the table, right? So that is the reason why they do it. Are we clear?
Streams gets new changes that has to be synced, otherwise it is gone, it will not hold anything, right?
So to repeat that, right, what I mean to say, when you are trying to insert a record and if you do any DML activity on update the same record, if the record is not synced up, or if that record was not used in any DML activity to sync it to the target table or anywhere, that record will be still in insert status even if you do update or anything. Even if you update, right, it goes and updates the record with the latest data. That record gets refreshed in the stream with the latest data that is part of the record. Reason is, right, that is what you have in staging table. Whenever you're trying to sync up, it gets the latest whatever the staging table has. The stream will also have the same data, and then it gets synced up for the first time.
Okay.
If you
So
don't understand, ask me again, I can still repeat that.
yeah, I understood, sir. So if there is nothing has been synced up in the target table, the final table, the
Mhm.
whatever the records are there in the stage, that will be treated as an insert. It doesn't hold up the updates, right?
Yeah. And if you delete it, then it doesn't need to sync up anything, right? Because you have deleted from the base table. It will be gone from the stream. No need of
Okay.
syncing up, right? Once if you have
So
synced up, then the action changes. Okay. Now let's go. So we have seen the sync up thing, right? And how does this sync up work? How does Snowflake identify whether this record is synced up or not? Any clue, guys? I have inserted Brazil again. Select star from stream. I have Brazil. And what are the three columns that we stream gets populated? Dynamic columns. What are the three dynamic columns that are part of your stream? What are the three columns that additionally, apart from all the columns in the table, you'll have three more columns?
action and ID, row ID, and
Yes, metadata
update
action,
table.
metadata is update, and metadata row ID. So the moment you sync up the row ID, metadata row ID is there, right? It writes in the metadata that this ID is sitting in target table. So that is the reason it can identify. If this ID is not there, if you update or do anything, right, it keeps on changing the values. If the ID is already synced up, means you have utilized this particular data for an insert, and that idea is stored somewhere else. So that's where whenever you update and then merge statement, it goes and identifies and merges, right? So it checks if this record has been already inserted or not. Are we clear? Okay. Now I think we are clear, right? So delete means if the data is not synced, delete will be done. So now I'm gonna sync this data. Data is consumed. Okay, where is my command? Select start from stage. Yeah, nation stream. There won't be anything. We have consumed it. Stage. We have three records: Brazil, so and so, and nation. Select star from nation. See, you have Brazil and all this stuff. So whenever you work on this data set, it identifies the ID, and then it gets you the old value, deletes the old value, insert the new value, and all this stuff. Are we good here? Okay. So now I'm gonna go and delete Brazil again one more time. delete from nation where nation key is equal to 0. 0 is Algeria, right? Anyway, can you see this? Okay, you what did we delete? Algeria, right? Algeria is deleted from this table. No, it should not be. 0 probably we had that deleted. I'll just delete. Oops, I deleted from nation, guys. Sorry, my mistake. Okay, I should not delete. It should be nation stage. Okay, one row updated, and if I go and do an update, it is gonna fail. This one will fail. One record inserted because no matching, right? This is a bug in my code, guys. I should not have done the deletion part of it. So let's what happened here. So, I don't want to mess up, guys. Let me go and create nation stage, right? And then I have Brazil. I'm gonna update Brazil and delete Brazil record. Insert in Brazil is 2, right? Say, yeah, I'm deleting Brazil from nation stage table. From streams, you will see delete is equal to true. We'll select Brazil and then is update false and delete. This is a pure delete. So when I go and then merge this condition, right? What happens? I merged it and see number of rows updated is equal to 1. If I go and query the nations table, right? What will I see here? Will the Brazil record be gone? No. And then what is this value here? Is deleted flag. You will see as Y, right? So we have soft deleted this record. Okay. So basically it's deleted, but we are just marking it as deleted. There is soft delete. Okay. This is pretty much the. So now you understood, right? If the data is not synced up, it gets the latest record set into the stream. If the data is synced up, it whenever you merge, it syncs up to the
Whenever you
target. Okay. So are we good, guys? Are you able to follow me? This is the action that we have looked at. Okay. So and then the next thing is, right, we have stream exercise 2. Where is this? Mm-hmm.
Shikhar sir, are we performing CD2 or sort of thing? Uh, any of the type? Any chance?
Sorry. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Sorry, I didn't
are
get you.
are we performing any CD types one, two, or I mean any of the one so that we can understand how this can be achieved here?
Plain and simple. You keep whenever you're trying to merge, right? You keep on inserting.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of
Okay.
inserting, don't use merge when the condition. So if you want to handle SCD types, right? Let me show you
Yes.
how your SQL should be. Okay. This is the worksheet, right? This is the merge statement. So SCD type 2 means what is SCD type 2? We'll have
It
current
holds
flag.
only the existing, current data.
That current date. No, no, no. The record will have a current flag. YRN.
Oh, okay.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
So whenever you're merging, so you have to put current flag is equal to y. You have to do two updates. The old record which has the current flag, you have to modify it as n. You have to run your merge statement twice. First time you have to go and see if you want to modify it. I'm going to take this SQL statement and show you. Assuming that we have
Sure.
current flag also, right? So whenever metadata action equals is update is equal to true, and one second. NTC dot you update the if current flag is to y, you have to go and then this is the one that you have to do. Or if you want to handle, there is an easy way. Okay. I think this is the one. Current flag is equal to 1 n, and then your update statement won't, it should not be here. You have to use two update statements, right? One match and current flag is equal to y. So when not matched, it comes and inserts. So we don't need to worry about it. So this particular thing will be gone. So this is your command. And the next time here when match and then here is equal to true, then you instead of update you'll write the insert here, because you have to insert this and understood. This is type 2. You are maintaining a current flag. In the current flag, even first time you go and then update the current flag. If it's matched, update the current flag is equal to n, because we don't need to do that. And then you insert a record. Are you able to follow me?
Sir, we lost your voice for a while.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir, now.
So if you look at this scenario, I have a current flag also column. If type 2, right? First you will come and then update the same record. Whatever the same record, you have to update it as current flag should not be Y, right? You are updating as current flag is equal to N.
Yeah. Okay.
And then in the second merge statement, if it is insert and then you insert, so sorry, if it is when matched, and because the record exists and match happens when matched, and action is equal to insert and metadata issue is updated is equal to true, then
We should
you have
insert
to
it as it
insert,
insert it with
and then
the white
yeah,
flag.
then the current flag is equal to 5. And this
Okay.
one, because the moment you merge, right, will you have any data in the so that was another example. Next example I was showing. Anyway, you asked me, so I can show it to you here. So the moment you run this merge statement, right, will you have any data in this stream? The moment you run your merge statement, this particular thing is gone, right? You cannot execute the second one. Reason, the stream is already consumed. The nation stream doesn't have any data here. Are we clear, guys? When you have to execute two records on the same stream, and then when you execute the first merge statement, what happens to the data in the stream? You have
That will be
used it in a
consumed.
DM, sorry, consumed.
That,
And
yeah, that will be consumed.
when you run your second merge statement, what happens?
Nothing will be there in the stream.
So in that scenarios, you log the stream and then run this particular thing, begin,
Okay.
and then you read this stream, nothing has happened. Even if you updated the table, nothing has happened, and then come back and then commit. And the begin also should have a semicolon, guys. Begin should have a semicolon, important. If you do this, I had another example to show you that, but anyway, this is an apt one, right? First one you updated it, and the second one you. So if you log the stream, then the stream data is not consumed. You will have the data in the stream, and then it goes. Nothing is. We are not trying to change anything in the stream, right? We are trying to change the target table. We update this particular thing, and then we update this particular target table for the second time.
Got it, sir.
Okay. So, and then this is the second example that I have shown. Second example is up and down streams, right? Okay, I'm gonna show you one more example, guys. Is this good? Is this example that we have done? I had another example to show you how to log this stream, but accidentally this thing helped us to understand a practical scenario. Okay, so let me show you an example here itself. It's much more easy. I'm creating a table called table T and create a replace stream. I'm creating a delta S and a table T. Name of the stream is delta S. And then I'm creating a stream append only. There is another stream called append only. It looks only the inserts that you do. It ignores the other deletes and updates. It doesn't bother about it. Only is interested in your insert. If you do insert into your table, it captures it. Okay, that is called append only stream, and this was introduced 6 months before into the part of a new release. Okay, so create a replace stream, append only s on table T, append only is equal to true. This is the syntax. Okay, now insert into T values 0, 1, 2. I have inserted 3 records into table T, and when I query my stream delta S, I'll see 3 records. Okay, and if I go and query my append only stream, I'll see 3 records for the first time. Next, I delete one record from table T, where ID is equal to 0 means 0 is Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown, I deleted it. When I go and query from delta S, right, this particular, because we did not sync it yet, the syncing did not even happen here. The moment you deleted it, what happens to your table? You have deleted from stage table. What happens to your stream? Will the record exist or will the record get deleted?
Delete. Stream will not be, the data will not be there.
Will
Yeah.
not be there in the stream. So now there are only 2 records in the stream. But if you go and query the append only stream, right, you still will have this particular record. Append only, yes. It keeps track of all the inserts. Apart from that, nothing else. If you update, it doesn't bother about it. Okay, now I'm creating another table, target table T2, and then I'm inserting the records from streams into table. Insert into T2, select ID from delta stream. Delta stream is the first one. So there are only 2 records in delta stream because we have deleted the first one. So if you go and insert, the delta stream is consumed and you will get 2 records. And if you query from append stream, the append stream is consumed, you'll get 3 records, total 5 records. Okay, and then I'm gonna update T. I'm updating the first table. Set name is equal to Sari, where name is equal to Linus. Instead of Linus, I am just modifying it to Sally. Okay, select R1 delta S. Whenever you this right, so insert, delete. It deleted the old record, inserted the new record, and you see metadata is updated is equal to true. And if you go and look at the append only, right, nothing else. It doesn't bother about delete or update. It just only bothers about the insert. The moment you insert something into the stream table, base table, it's recorded here. Apart from that, nothing else. That is called append only stream. Clear enough? Okay. And then I'm gonna send stream task 3. So this is a JSON. JSON also gets updated. JSON also the same thing. Let's see an example of the JSON. Okay. Okay. So I have created a table called table staging, raw variant, and I have created a stream on that staging table. Okay, I am extracting the JSON into 2 tables, that is data prod 1, data underscore prod 1, and data underscore prod 2. So this is my JSON. This one I am pulling into one particular set. This one I am pulling into one particular set. Okay, I have 2 records here. Okay, let me explain you here. That's much more easy. Okay, select. I have loaded the file, and then this is my record. Okay, one record, and I have another record. There are 2 records. So the 2 of them are part of one record. If you do like this, or if you use this, we have discussed about this JSON file format, right? Where we use to skip, remove the outer array and then mark it so that we have done that, right? Instead of inserting the entire JSON into one record, it can split it into 2 records if you have a comma here. If you load the data and if you have a comma here, then Snowflake identifies it as two records and loads it as two records. Here, if you don't have a comma, it just loads both of them as one single record. Okay. I think we have done the JSON part of it. I think you can easily understand. So select star from data check. Here we have the two records got inserted. I think my JSON file had comma in it. I'll have comma also here. I'll send you the sample file so you can do this by looking at this. That is the reason I have given the data also here to compare for you when you're working. Okay. So two records got inserted, insert false, a pure insert. Okay. And then this is the begin case that I told you, right? Insert into prod one because I have to extract the JSON and insert into two records. When you insert into prod one, and whenever you, if you don't write it in a begin, right? What happens? This gets consumed here. So if you write begin and then I can utilize the same stream for two records. I'm splitting it into two tables and loading it. So first table, when I do it, if I don't have the begin and end lock, right, then the data is consumed. And then you cannot do it for the second one. So if you begin and then extract into one table and extract the other data into another table, then using the begin and commit, you can log the stream without stream being utilized, consumed completely, and you can finish your transaction. Okay. I bet guys you go and look at anywhere, you won't have this unless until you look for what happens with the begin and commit transaction in stream. No Udemy course, no anywhere. This is a practical scenario that we have dealt with. So I just want to bring you so that you are also comfortable with it. Okay. Are we good?
Yeah, yeah, sir.
Cool. And do I have any other exercises with me? I think pretty much about it. So I'll send you the files because that is the reason I have had the data also in the text file so that you can compare it and you can do the exercises pretty much. I no no yes, sorry guys. So I have covered pretty much the 3-4 cases of this particular thing, streams, and we'll see tomorrow the tasks part of it. So I covered all the scenarios. This should be good enough for you to answer the interviews as well. Okay.
Shikhar, so do we have morning class tomorrow?
Yeah, morning class tomorrow. Yes, 8 o'clock, guys, not 7:30. 8 o'clock because I have to get up, have my pills and all this stuff to get ready, right? So we'll have the class not at 7:30, at 8 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay, and are we covering tomorrow snow pipes, sir? Or what else?
We have still tasks in the morning. I have to finish off the entire task part of it, and then in the afternoon we can work on snow pipe as well. Not a problem.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Shikhar, sir, I have one question. One question for I have Hexaware interview is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
So they are having some sort of in the what is that
I have
some
a
third
person.
party people.
1 second. I have a person who had a Hexaware interview. I think he might have the
Yeah.
interview questions as well, but it depends, right? who is doing the interview matters.
No,
I
no,
think.
sir. Actually, they have online test first.
Oh, online test first. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So
Mm-hmm.
so they are expecting some topics like JSON file and warehouse and clustering
Mm.
and snow pipes, some topics. So whatever you have covered, I will have a go through on it. How about the
Mm.
clusters, sir? What can we expect in clusters?
Clustering is a big topic. That's part of the performance. If you want, I can send you the slide deck. You can look at it and easily understand that.
Sure, sir. Sure, please. And if you have any kind of questions for Snow Pro exam, you can forward it so that I can have a look at that particular to the
I
topic.
I don't have that. I have some sample questions that are sent to me by some other students. I have written the exam. I have cleared all of them. Data engineer, architect, and the other one. So
Yeah.
let's see.
Okay. So only for this test, I was asking.
Yeah, we call me later. Probably we can talk.
Sure, sir. Sure. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. Yeah. Okay, guys. We'll catch up tomorrow at 8 o'clock, not 7:30. Okay.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.